Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Please join me in welcoming the stellar cast of Hunter, Tootega Nahi Todega. Suniel Shetty and Esha Deol in the house. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. So fabulous, power-packed trailer. Loved it and cannot wait for...
Say it again.
Fabulous, power-packed trailer. Loved it. Cannot wait for this to come out.
अभी काटना मत भाई इसको रखना दो बार
बिल्कुल भी नहीं क्यों काटेंगे So, and let me start off with a question for both of you. Every year, like our industry kind of churns out a lot of content in the thriller, action sort of genre. So tell me what it is about Hunter that you both think really will make it stand out in the space, and what do you guys think you've really nailed with the show? And so we were having a conversation offline about how excited you are. So, share a little bit of
content. A great team, young team. I call them my Jai Viru, Prince and Alok, cinematography, design cinematography when it comes to Jackie and his work. A brilliant team when it comes to action, young team. Every sequence we used a different action director because they think differently. Wow. Yeah. Believing and knowing that they know that side of the action brilliant. So if it was bike, we used someone who was an expert in that field. Right. If it was hand combat, it was hand combat. And different styles because of the kind of character this one is. Script. A very strong team that Saregama has, and a script writer whose basic thought, he born in America, works out of there. Someone who believes in layering scripts very differently, writing characters that are very different as compared to what somebody else would. Otherwise, for me, it's always been the typical cop, uniform, straight.
Good cop.
But this guy is, I won't say that he's grey, I won't say he's black, I always say charcoal grey. And, and that's why it's different for me. And for me, an opportunity to get back to my comfort zone after probably 8 to 9 years of hardcore action and a release where I depend on myself and the core team to pull us through.
I think what the audience has been missing is something extremely massy, which the mass would identify with and enjoy, because this is a series that has a lot of amazing action, it has emotion, and it has a hint and a tinge of nostalgia, whether it's through the music or it's us in it, Anna. It's definitely going to pull at your heartstrings.
Yeah. This point, in your career, you seem to be like really picking and choosing what you're investing your time in and, what you're sort of going for. Is that an accurate read of the situation? Like,
well, absolutely.
Because you're kind of going for the meteor characters that drive the story in some way or the other. They're not like frivolous characters, even with Rudra, even with this.
Absolutely. I think I've matured also over the years. So, for me, I've enjoyed completely playing the teeny bopper, the romantic sweet girl next door, and of course the hot avatars in Dhoom and all. Now, thank you. So now it's about a choice that I'm making, which matches my wavelength and my maturity. And it's something that I need to enjoy. If I'm stepping out to work, it should be worth my time.
Yeah.
And I should feel good when I go back home.
Absolutely. So Nilsa, what about you? Like, at what point when you are listening to a narration, is it that you're like, okay, I'm hooked here? Like, in your head, when does the switch go off and you're like, okay, I'm doing this?
But there is a lot of depth in the character. I'm very clear that I want to choose character-driven scripts. It doesn't have to be main lead. I don't really care anymore. If he makes an impact through the script and comes out a winner, that's something that I'd like to choose, because you don't get a second chance very often. And it's been good for me. It's been like I said with Dharavi, my MMA show, this now. I'm trying out different stuff.
Things,
there's sport for me, there's health for me, good things to look forward to, and enough work. So probably in that zone where I say, you know what, let me choose what I want to do. Other than that, don't touch anything that you don't want to.
Absolutely. It's going to be criminal if I don't ask you about two big things that have happened in your life. One is, of course, Hera Pheri 3 with Akshay and Paresh Rawal sir.
Hera Pheri 4.
Hera Pheri 4. With Akshay sir, Paresh Rawal sir, Sanjay Dutt sir, tell me a little bit about that. How was the experience getting all back on board?
I think exciting that we're all on board, and the original
OG cast
of Babu Bhai, Raju and Shyam and that order are in place, and now Baba as a part of it. So, you know, one of the finest actors when it comes to comedy. So, 4 chand ya 5 chand lag jate hain. And a very, very close friend. So, you know, you're going to have a great time, and you know that you're going to give it your best. Just that Hera Pheri is such a cult film, and today's generation doesn't spare you at all.
Anyway, sequels are very hard to nail in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if we don't live up to that honesty and that intensity of performance and script, I think we're in trouble. So we have to be really, really careful as to what we put out there, and keep that respect intact. Otherwise, you know, living in your past is better when it comes to
otherwise you don't touch something.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
of course, I was telling you this off camera also. I had come outside, you know, I was there for Kandala wedding. How was it see your little girl kind of grow up and see that entire journey, marry her?
I think it's the best moment in a father's life. You know, there are 2 moments where I always tell everybody, any kid who's married, has a wife, and the wife is on delivery, I say, this one thing you need to do is get into that room when she is delivering, because that's the difference you'll see between a wife and the respect of a mother. So that combination is very dangerous. You'd love her like you would your wife and your mother, but you'd also respect her like you would your mom. So I think that's the best period. And now comes this marrying her off, and you know, but for me here, it's not a giveaway, it's a take-in, because I've got a son who's now come into the family. I don't know the role. I don't know the role of a father-in-law at all. I may be bad at it, because from what I've seen on television, the mother-in-law and father-in-law are scary. You know, so I'd rather
the person you are absolutely not bad at it.
I'd rather say father, even if it's my daughter-in-law tomorrow, she'll always be my daughter.
Absolutely.
So open arms.
And I know how much you love your family. We chatted about it the last time.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
absolutely.
Touch wood. Okay, we're going to do a really quick random rapid fire segment and hit me with all your best candid shots. Okay, guys? What is your biggest pet peeve on a set when you're shooting? Same question for both of you. Esha's the biggest pet peeve.
No, I'm not you.
I think someone interrupting a good take.
Yeah.
Even if it's by default.
Okay. For me, it's waiting for a fellow actor to come on set. You know, where he matters to the script but still doesn't matter, and everybody is waiting. So that, I think that is the worst thing.
Colossal waste of everyone's time. Love it. Funniest or most interesting story you have of you driving around in Mumbai?
No. I used to drive. I stopped driving in 2007. But I started driving at a very young age, underage actually. And it was fun. Yeah, I did.
But she's Dharamji's daughter.
No, but I did. And
Pakka khoon hai.
Yeah, I think fun was, you know, when we were shooting for a film called Cash in Cape Town, and I had not driven a car for a very long time, and the next day they were going to shoot, in the film I was shooting this Beetle Volkswagen, and I was quite a cool chick in that, and suddenly in the morning this production guy calls me up and says, "Ma'am, can you come out? I want to show you something." And he had a car parked, and he made me sit in the car, and he said, "Drive." I said, "What drive?" He said, "Nee, drive na." I said, "Chalo, theek hai." So in Cape Town, the whole highway and you know those roads, I drove after a couple of years, I think after that I didn't drive.
But what a fun story. What about you, sir?
I think this morning, when I was driving into the shop,
into the trailer launch.
They told me, you know, drive this Jeep. I said, okay, and I thought it was X car, and suddenly a Y car comes in, and it's a Jeep, nevertheless, and it's a stick shift. तभी सर ये जाता नहीं है, आपको थोड़ा इधर हिलाना पड़ेगा. ऐसे भाई हिलाने के लिए मेरे को वहाँ पहुँचूंगा कैसे मैं? सर आप पहुँच जाओगे. फिर ब्रेक चल रहा है क्या? थोड़ा वीक है. ऐसे चल, तेरा गियर ठीक नहीं है, तेरा ब्रेक थोड़ा वीक है, ऐसे चलो ये दोनों चीज़ों पे ध्यान देके मैं फिर मैं टर्न मारा तो व्हील ही नहीं घूम रहा, व्हील वहाँ चला गया. तो आई थॉट आई वाज गोइंग थ्रू द डोर. आई सेड ये हंटर नहीं आया, हंटेड आदमी आ गया. लकीली आगे चला गया, फिर रिवर्स में गिरा, एंड आई केम बैक. सो For me, it is fresh as of
This morning.
This morning, yeah.
But what a trailer launch up. Like I
Yeah,
said, power
yeah,
pack.
absolutely.
Okay, first and last app you use in a day on your phone.
I think WhatsApp. Like,
The basic one.
yeah.
What about you, sir?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Wildest rumor you've ever heard about yourself. And we have a fun career to kind of get back into. So tell me something fun.
That I had popped it at a shoot.
God.
And I was like, no, yeah, this is not true. Then I said, it's not true because I'm reading it.
Oh, God.
No. So, but yeah, that I popped it at some action or something that I was doing and I was no more. That I got hate and stuff like that. But
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
death
that
hoaxes
was
are
not-
like tough.
Yeah.
You have to be really sensitive about it.
No, and lucky, but you know, it starts affecting you when you get the condolence messages.
Absolutely.
Or someone to find out as to what's happened with you, if you're okay or not.
Nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
horrible. What about you, Esha?
Nothing really wild as such. You know, I think they could do better.
I love that answer. I love that. Your 3 a.m. friend from Bollywood. Like, it doesn't have to be the timing. I know you
3
sleep
a.m.
very
friend
early.
from Bollywood.
Where's from?
Right now, all my friends are married with their
Kids, so
better
everybody's-
halves and have kids. So right now, no one's my 3 a.m. friend.
The timing doesn't matter. Basically, someone who's like a rock to you and you know you can rely on as support.
I have a couple of them actually from Bollywood. They have to be from Bollywood, right?
Just, huh.
So yeah, I have a couple of them who we've stuck around. One is Tushar, who gives me so much advice on parenting, and it's
Yeah.
amazing because he's an amazing dad to
yeah.
Laksh. And of course, there's Zayed,
Oh.
and sometimes it's Selena, but she's out of the country. Yeah, so these three I would say.
Love. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate, and you know, whether it's Salman, whether it's Sanju, whether it's Ajay, whether it's Abhishek, they've been very, very close.
Yeah.
And you know, I know for a fact, Jackie, Dada, that I can pick up the phone and call them anytime and ask for anything in the world, and it's possible.
But none of them are 3 a.m.
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
be
I
clear
know. You
about
sleep
it.
at 8.
They are 5 a.m. I am 10 a.m.
We all sleep early.
You are
10
you are
PM.
not
Not
8
working,
p.m.
we sleep.
friend.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
he sleeps early. All of
10
us sleep
PM.
early and get up early.
Yeah, early afternoon or evening friends. The first thing you bought from your own earnings?
I bought a Ford Mondeo as my first car, which they used in Bagban, which Amit ji drove.
Oh.
You know that car they take as the test drive in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
movie?
yeah.
That's
oh
my
God,
car which
really?
I bought. Yeah.
I love this fun fact.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
I
for
have
sharing.
a memory of it.
I
Yeah.
love. What about you, sir?
I think home equipment, gym equipment.
Yeah.
You know, when I was very, very young, I wanted everything and probably was too young to go to the gym, so bought everything with my own monies and put it together. And probably a sports kit.
Oh, love
Cricket
that.
and that was what I was all about.
And lastly, your favorite thing about each other?
I would love to know.
Has no one asked you this yet?
You know, she is a perfect balance of a mother and an actress.
Oh, wow.
You know, she balances it so beautifully. She's focused, disciplined, everything. So, you know, even from a kid's perspective, how they would be, because they would probably look at mama and learn so much. So I think she's just balancing it beautifully.
Thank you.
That's such a nice
So,
compliment.
yeah, hats off to them.
I love.
And a wonderful co-actor to work with. Never had an issue at all.
Never made you wait.
Not only that, it's just a pleasure.
Yeah.
You know, the pleasure of working with her. She'll come, sit down, discuss the scene. If you tell her about something, she laps it up without questioning, believing that what we're probably me or the director are telling her is something that she needs to do. And like
Right.
this little child, she'll do exactly that and say, okay, no? I'd say, yeah,
So
okay.
sweet. I
So
love.
that's Esha for you.
Thank
What
you.
about you?
Well, for me, he's someone I've always looked up to and looked up to with a lot of respect and admiration.
Yeah.
I think they don't make men like this anymore. You
I
know?
agree
and
with you.
I have a thing for these masculine, macho men, right from whether it's my dad to Sylvester Stallone and Anna and they just have this magical aura about them, whether
Yeah.
they're on set or off set. And I've had a wonderful experience of interacting with him and working with him and traveling with him
Yeah.
to places like Calgary and Cape Town and
Yeah.
shooting, and just seeing him. He is, like I always say, Suniel Shetty and swag go hand in hand, and
Yeah.
he's the most coolest, calmest one. Like, we've been this bunch of bubbly, jumping, literally morons
Yeah.
around him, but he'll be sitting there and looking at us कि अब क्या करने वाले ये लोग. I'm talking about back in the day, not now. And I mean, of course, you know, I always admired his work, and working with him again on this project has been amazing and extremely comforting. And like he said, yes, I trust him blindly and I trust the team blindly, and I used to do, because I knew what they were doing was
Yeah.
going to be something outstanding.
Well, on that wonderful note, thank you so much, both of you, for chatting with me. It was an absolute pleasure, and good luck to you for everything ahead.
Thank you.
Can't wait for the show to come out.
Thank you.
Thank you.